Good evening, high school basketball fans. Welcome to the broadcast of Forest Hill Central at Northview. We're presently in the JV game right now. 4 minutes left in this one. Northview with a big advantage in this one, 60-21. Early here in the day, the game before this, Northview's freshmen beat Forest Hill Central 44-42 on a last-second shot that Coach Balhorn drew up at the end, called the timeout, and executed it beautifully. Got a little baseline jumper, and they knocked it down, and the Cats win it and did not go overtime. Cats win it 44-42. They are now 15-3 on the year. The JV game, as I mentioned, 60-21 with 3:52 left in the JV game. And the record for Northview's JV is 11-6, coached by Tim Felix. And it looks like they're going to go to 12-6 after this one with the big lead. Last time these two teams played at Forest Hill Central, Forest Hill Central was up 4 at the half, was up by as much as 8 in that third quarter. And this game, it has been all Northview. So Mike Diebold on the call with you here. What this allows us to do, because we have a little extra time for our pregame, is get things dialed in a little bit. My wife back in the studio. We can get the sound hopefully dialed in for you with our commercials and with the speakers here. Make sure we got everything sounded good for you. So sometimes it's not too bad to come on a little earlier. And then we'll get right on with our pregame show. Just give you a little extra coverage here of the JV game a little bit as this game is being played, and my wife can give me some text saying how the sounds are. I'm going to break away to one commercial so we can see how that is sounding. We'll be right back. For all your heating and cooling needs, call Jarash Heating and Cooling at 616-647-0084. Dave and Ryan Jarash have owned this local business for 40 years. Give Jarash Heating a call today at 616-647-0084. And we are back here at Northview High School. Presently the JV game winding down. It's past a 40-point lead now, so it is a running clock going on right now, 63-21. You can take timeouts and then they'll stop the clock. But right now the clock is stopped at 2 minutes. So we're gonna get going with our pregame show here. Have not heard things from the wife yet to see how the sound is doing, but we're gonna break away for a couple commercials and we'll be right back for the pregame show for the varsity game. Thanks to our sponsor, Mike Marsman at Treadstone Funding. Mike is an experienced loan officer and a Northview alum. You can call Mike at 616-437-3962. Whether purchasing a home or looking to refinance your current home, call Mike. Welcome to the broadcast of Northview Wildcat Athletics. It's the pregame show brought to you by Tool Construction, Frames Unlimited, LVC Financial, Jarash Heating and Cooling. Also brought to you by New Beginnings Restaurant, Team IT. It's time now for the Northview Wildcat pregame show. We will be live on air in just a moment, where we'll take a look at scouting reports from both teams, coaches' interviews, and much more. Glad you could join us. We'll be right back after some messages from our gracious sponsors. For all your home improvement services, check out Northview grads Greg and Darcy Tool at toolconstruction.com or their Tool Construction Facebook page. You can call them at 616-443-2284. Greg is a licensed and insured builder and has owned the business for 15 years. Call them today for a free estimate. Team IT. Call owners Brady or Sam at 616-591-3139 for all your computing needs. They specialize in business IT, consulting and security, as well as managed IT solutions. Team IT. Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant. Good evening, high school basketball fans, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of Northview Wildcat Basketball. We're coming to you live here from Northview High School with the OK White matchup here between the 13-3 7th rated in the state Northview Wildcats and the 14-4 3rd place in the OK White, the Rangers of Forest Hill Central. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Diebold. Was going to have my guest analyst here, Ryan Rimpolsky, but he is not feeling good. He's under the weather, so Ryan, hope you get better. But we welcome you to the pregame show. Another big game for Northview here at Northview as Forest Hill Central comes in here to try to play spoiler in the conference race. And Northview looking to get back on track after losing to a very good Grand Rapids Christian team. And that was last Friday. What a game we should have for you here today with the OK White League title on the line as Northview trying to three-peat for only the second time in school history. Big game tonight. Got a big game tomorrow. The rematch versus Grand Rapids Christian tomorrow. Should be a fun couple of evenings again of high school basketball, and we'll have it all live for you here. When we come back, we'll take a look at the scouting reports for both teams. Also have a Coach Chana interview and much more on the Tool Construction pregame show. For all your home improvement services, check out Northview grads Greg and Darcy Tool at toolconstruction.com or their Tool Construction Facebook page. You can call them at 616-443-2284. Greg is a licensed and insured builder and has owned the business for 15 years. Call them today for a free estimate. Team IT. Call owners Brady or Sam at 616-591-3139 for all your computing needs. They specialize in business IT, consulting and security, as well as managed IT solutions. Team IT. So let's take a look at these Forest Hill Central Rangers. Rangers lost twice to Northview last year when the stakes were high, at Northview by 10 and at home by 4, which was one of the closest games played all year long last year. Rangers have lost 5 in a row to the Cats, including the 21-point win this year the Cats handed Forest Hill Central at their place earlier in the year. Forest Hill Central last win versus Northview was in districts at Northview 3 years ago, ousting the Cats on their home floor in a district semifinal to end their season 3 years ago. Only East Grand Rapids has more basketball games played against Wildcats in school history than does Forest Hill Central. Rangers a strong basketball program over the last 10 years, 5 league titles, which ties Forest Hills Northern with 5 titles in the last 10 years. Few of those shared titles, Northview has 3 in the last 10. Forest Hills is not in Northview's district this year, as the Rangers will move along with Greenville and Lowell and play, in my opinion, a much easier district at Caledonia this year, where they will be the favorite to win it. Forest Hills Central will also no longer be in Northview's conference next year, as Northview moves to a new conference. Northview will be in the Gold Conference for basketball next year. Interesting times coming next year with the new conferences and all the added travel. Rangers under head coach Jordan George, son of Ken George. Forest Hills Central's records 14-4, 7-3, tied for third place with Byron Center in the OK White. They average 57 points per game. They give up 47 a game for a plus 10 scoring differential. Those totals are very similar to Northview, and Northview a little better scoring offense, but defense right about the same. Rangers are led by senior forward Jonas Vanderwood, a 3-year varsity player for the Rangers. Shoots the three very well, free throws, mid-range, and his dad played at Hope and getting some looks around the area from those kind of programs. Kelvin, Spring Arbor, giving him some looks, so hasn't made a commitment yet. But Jonas Vanderwood, I got these from Jordan George, thank you, head coach of Forest Hill Central, for giving us some stats, some accurate stats here. But he's lighting things up here. Jonas, 55% from the field, 47% from behind the arc, 58 made threes, 94% free throw shooter. 3 of those stats right there would be school records for Northview. Averaging 18 points per game does Jonas Vanderwood. Then you have senior point guard Brady Miller. He also shoots the three very well on free throws. Good leading rebounder on the team. And he is a Hope College commit. Brady Miller shooting 41% from the field. Only 33% from behind the arc, but he's got 14 made threes, a good 71% free throw shooter, and the leading rebounder on the team at 3.6. He's their second leading scorer, 12.2 points per game. Junior guard Brendan Cargill. His statistics look like this, 47% from the field. He's got 45 made threes, so Vanderwood and Cargill can knock it down from behind the arc. And Cargill shoots it at a 42% clip, a very good free throw shooter at 83%, third leading scorer at 12 points per game. So Vanderwood, Miller, and Cargill, 3 players in double figures for Forest Hill Central, 18, 12, and 12. And then you got the football player, senior Ty Hudkins, going to be playing football at Purdue at the next Division I player at the next level. And good wide receiver and defensive back on the state championship team of Forest Hill Central. And then senior center Owen Godley, 6'7". He's an Olivet commit. And so coming off the bench then would be Matt Sexton, another football player, a sophomore. Jay Coe, a two-way lineman, big man for, he will be starting also, I believe. He's another starter for the Rangers. And then senior J.T. Hartman, another good football player off that state championship team. Very good running back, two-way player. And he's going to be taking his talents to Davenport University, just a recent commit, as they are loaded with next-level talent on this Ranger team. Rangers started the season 10-1. They're highly ranked in the area. They have since cooled off a little bit of late, going 4-3 since that hot start. The 3 losses for Forest Hill Central in the league, all of the top 3 teams, Northview, Grand Rapids Christian, and Byron Center. The only big win for the Rangers was beating Granville by 3 at Granville on December 12th. Rangers lost to Grand Rapids Christian last week by 18. Rangers have 5 players on this team going on to play at the next level in either basketball, which are 3, and football, 2. Good athleticism and experience on this Ranger team. Last Friday, Forest Hill Central defeated rival East Grand Rapids 50-38. Last game versus Northview at Forest Hill Central, that was January 16th. Northview won big, 75-54, big 21-point win for the Cats. That surprised a lot of people. Northview shot 51% from the field. Both teams hit 5 threes. Northview dominated inside, scoring 32 second chance points, versus Forest Hill Central. Northview got 16 offensive rebounds in that game. Cam Ryans with a career-high 33 points in the game. Brady Swartz added 19. E.J. Ryans with 13. And Jonas Vanderwood led Forest Hill Central with 24 points. So he scored nearly half of the Rangers' points, and Cam Ryan scored more than half of Northview's points in that game. Brady Miller for the Rangers had 7 points in that game. So the only person in double figures was Jonas Vanderwood in that game earlier in the year. This could be the last time Northview plays Forest Hill Central, as Northview leaves the white to go to the gold in all sports but football. Teams Northview would be playing in basketball are Union, Wyoming, Thornapple Kellogg, Wayland, South Christian, West Catholic, and Northview in football will be in the black, OK Black. They'll be playing East Grand Rapids, Catholic Central, Holland Christian, Ottawa Hills, and Thornapple Kellogg. So no more rivalries. The three schools Northview has played for nearly 60 years, East Grand Rapids, Forest Hill Central, Lowell, close proximity to those schools. Forest Hills Northern, no longer part of the schedule. What a shame. Wouldn't we all rather drive 131 south 45 minutes away to go to Wayland rather than drive 7 miles to Forest Hills Northern or Forest Hill Central? But not to be, so I'll get off my soapbox now. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Northview Wildcats and have an interview with head coach David Chana. Also got a chance to speak with Jordan George. Talked about what he's worried about against these Wildcats. All when we come back. Listen to Mike Diebold flying solo tonight, but I might have Pat Marsman, 80 Pat Marsman, coming over at points during the game, as he knows his sport, so he's going to be my color analyst, but he's got duties here, so he won't be able to do the entire game. We'll be right back right after a couple of these sponsor commercials. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. Let's take a look at these Northview Wildcats under head coach David Chana. Cats are 13-3, 7th in the state. They're 6-1, tied for first with Grand Rapids Christian, and they play them tomorrow. Back-to-back big ones here at Northview. Northview averages 62 points per game, 5 better than Forest Hill Central, and they give up 47, which is exactly the same as Forest Hill Central, for a plus 15 scoring margin. Cats are led by sophomore Cam Ryans, 21 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, one of the better sophomores in the state, and he had a career-high 33 points last time against these Rangers. 6'5" junior forward Brady Swartz, second in scoring at 18 per game for the Cats, 6 rebounds per game. He's the second leading rebounder on the team. He's got some recent offers for Grand Valley State and Division I Western Michigan, and he's only a junior. Senior point guard E.J. Ryans, 13 points per game. Just recently he became the winningest basketball coach at Northview, 65 wins, which surpassed Kyler Vanderjack for most wins in his career, 4-year starter here at Northview. Jack Van Proyen, 6'3" sophomore forward, and Izzy Hatibu, a 6'3" freshman forward, are also starters for the Wildcats. Coming off the bench, our freshman Anthony Willis and junior forward Jake Johnson, a little under the weather, I understand, in this one. Also, Brady Swartz, knees been bothering him, going through growing spurts, so his knees been having to ice those babies down as he's been having some issues with his knees, but he's playing through it. The Cats play 2 freshmen and 2 sophomores in their top 6 guys. E.J. Ryans is the only senior in the top 9 players. Last game Friday versus Grand Rapids Christian, Northview lost 54-43. Got outscored 18-6 in the fourth quarter. Northview shot just 25% from the field. Northview got beat up in the paint, being outscored 32-12 against Christian. Cam Ryans led all scorers with 23 points, had a double-double with 11 rebounds also. Cam 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Brady Swartz nearly a double-double, had 12 points and 9 rebounds. E.J. Ryans was held to just 5 points in that ball game. E.J. was just 3 of 7 at the free throw line, very unlike him, missing his last 4 free throws late in that game. Only 4 players scored for Northview versus Grand Rapids Christian. Very good defense, holding Northview to their second lowest scoring output of the year, 43 points, did Grand Rapids Christian. Jalen Owinga for Christian had 17 points and a great second half, scoring 13 of those 17 in the second half. Malachi Hooser with 11 points. Hooser and Davis, 9 steals for the Cats. Did a good job of digging balls out from the Northview players as they kind of got in the lane. Nate Johnson added 12 points in the win. Nice defensive scheme, I thought, by Eric Taylor, Grand Rapids Christian coach, doubling the big 3 scorers of Northview pretty much every time they touched the ball, making the other 2 players on the floor to beat them. Only 3 shots taken from the other Northview players than the big 3. Van Proyen shot all those shots, hitting one of them a 3-ball early on in that game. Izzy Hatibu and Jake Johnson and Anthony Willis, no shots in that game. Big 3 shot, 10 for 41, 24% from the field. Their worst shooting night of the year. Give credit to that Eagles defense. We'll see how Northview counters that tomorrow for the rematch. We'll have that game for you as well as a doubleheader Friday versus East Grand Rapids, and the girls' games both being broadcasted on Friday. Earlier, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Chan about this game tonight as well as last Friday's game against Grand Rapids Christian. Coach, let's look back last Friday at Kelvin University against Grand Rapids Christian. You got outscored in that fourth quarter 18-6, kind of ran out of gas a little bit. Some missed free throws down the stretch. Jalen Owinga, nice game for Christian, especially in that second half. 13 of his 17 points in the second half for Christian. And just kind of ran out of gas there at the end. Talk about that Grand Rapids Christian game.
Yeah, there's a point there. I think we're down 2 of 4 to go. We missed a couple free throws, which hurt us. And then I think they converted and got into a 4-point lead, if I remember correctly. And then, on top of that, we just didn't execute offense well. We took some not great shots, and, it hurt us also defensively as well. Bad offense leads to bad defense, as I say. And, once you get behind on a team like that, it's hard to recover because you got to kind of pin your ears back and gamble a little bit to get the ball back short on clock. So, we were there. We were right there the whole time, and, proud of our kids' effort. But, definitely some things we can clean up and take care of. So.
Yeah, the nice thing about that is you don't have long to wait. We'll talk a little bit more tomorrow in your interview with the Grand Rapids Christian game because there'll be a rematch tomorrow. So won't take long to get back at them. So let's move on from that game. Talk about Forest Hills Central. Earlier in the year, you handled them at third place. You beat them by 21 points. Cam Ryans had a big game. I believe it was his career high, 33 points in that game. Forest Hills Central has athletes. They got 5 players that'll be playing at the next level. 2 of them football players, but 3 in hoops. 5 players playing at the next level. They got some athletes. Your thoughts on the Forest Hills Central game?
Yeah, that's they've been playing really good basketball as of late. I know they really want to win this game. They're going to bring it like they always do. And they've got pieces. They've got size. They've got athleticism. They've got shooters. They've got everything that you want from a basketball team. So, typically as the season moves on, offenses get better, and we expect theirs to be much better. It's going to be a definitely a tough game for us. So we don't want to overlook them and make sure that we handle our business.
So another one of those teams with the new conferences coming up. This could very well be the last game you guys play against them. East Grand Rapids in the history of basketball at Northview has played us the most. Forest Hills Central's right there next. And your thoughts on not play? I mean, you have no control over it basically, but your thoughts on this possibly being the last game because you don't see them in districts this year either. They've moved out to the Caledonia district, so it could be the last game we play for a while.
Yeah, it probably will be. And there's no real need to play them in non-league games. Just with the NPR, the rating system now for districts in the playoffs, you've got to make sure that your non-conference schedule is against the best of the best. The top 10 teams in the state. So, and not just that, the teams that they play matter as well. When you peel back the NPR and the talks of it expanding to not just the first and second seed, who you play non-league games really matters. So odds are this is probably going to be the last time we play them for the foreseeable future. And it's we definitely had our battles over the years, but it is what it is. And right now, I'm not too nostalgic about it. I'm more just let's win this game because I want another league championship, and we've got to be dang near perfect down the stretch.
All right, now another one of these teams for Still Central, an older team. They play mostly seniors that have been around, have played basketball for a long time, kind of like Grand Rapids Christian, a senior-dominated team. And then, when you have that much experience, they're usually pretty good teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, they have more motivation. They have more motivation to beat you because they've been around for so long. Some of our newer guys don't understand the rivalries of the four Still Centrals that, have taken place over the last 5 years. So, at least from my perspective, 5 years. So it's a different challenge. Not just the mental approach, but you got bigger, stronger, faster kids just out of the extra couple of years of maturity. So this team is as good as it gets, and they can beat anybody. I wouldn't be surprised if they win that district. They can shoot it, they can rebound it, they can score at the rim. They've got a point guard who handles it as good as anybody. They got a shooting guard who can shoot it as good as anybody, and some mean guys in the middle that like to rebound. So they've got all the pieces covered. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Should be another good one back-to-back here for Still Central. Grand Rapids Christian doesn't get any more difficult than that. But good luck, Coach.
Thanks a ton, Coach. I appreciate it.
That was head coach David Chen of the Northview Wildcats. Other good games in the OK White. East is at Grand Rapids Christian. Forest Hills Northern at Lowell. Greenville at Byron Center. And other good games in the area. Rockford at Hudsonville. Granville at East Kentwood. Talked with Jordan George early what he's worried about with the Northview Wildcats. And it's going to be rebounding against the Wildcats. He said transition defense and then guarding the big three. Turning things over to the public address announcer here, Nick Smith, here at Northview for the national anthem and the starting lineups.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh,
That was Jack Phillipson singing the national anthem. I believe for the first time he did that. Very nice job. Student here at Northview.
Tonight's starting lineup. First, with our visitors from Forest Hill Central. Senior number 0, Ty Hudkins. Junior number 1, Brendan Cargill. Senior number 5, Jonas Vanderbilt. Senior number 11, Brady Miller. And senior number 22, Owen Godley. Head coach of the Rangers is Jordan George.
Get busy, White.
As tradition here at Northview, they will turn the lights off. The student section get their phones out. Everybody waiting for the lights to go out. We're not sure we have a light man.
All right, fans, let's put it together for your 2024
no lights being turned off. Coaches are superstitious. That's not good.
Sophomore number 2, Jack Van Proyen. Junior number 3, Brady Clark. Freshman number 12, Izzy Hatibu. Number 5, EJ Reyes. Head coach of the Wildcats is David Chino, assisted by Jeff Analon, Derek Brooks, team manager
Both team with their normal starters. For the Wildcats, Cam Ryans, Jack Van Proyen, Brady Swartz, EJ Ryans, and Izzy Hatibu. And for Forest Hill Central, Ty Hudkins, Brandon Cargill, Jonas Vanderwood, Brady Miller, and Owen Godley. Godley and Hatibu jump in center. And Hatibu kind of won the tip, but batted it right to Forest Hill Central. So the Rangers will try to draw first blood here against the man defense being deployed by Northview. Up top, Brendan Cargill has the basketball, gives it over to Brady Miller. Hudkins now, top of the key. So they're just playing around with the basketball. Cargill, Miller, top of the key. They're just spreading the floor, getting a lot of touches, limiting number of possessions here. High pick and roll now. Miller continuing his dribble. Now he picked it up, gets it back outside. Owen Godley. A lot of teams do this, just are very patient offensively, trying to break Northview down. And there's a little jumper inside, is good. A little jump hook by Owen Godley as Forest Hill Central draws first blood as they take a minute off the clock and score it inside, does Godley. Rangers 2-0. Cam gets it to Brady. Swartz. Van Proyen. Hatibu, top of the key. Northview getting a lot of touches offensively. Both teams sharing the basketball well early on. Cam Ryan's baseline drive got a whistle on the drive. Going to get a hold.
Fouls on the Rangers, number 0, Ty Hudkins.
Ty Hudkins got a hand check called on the drive from Cam. Was not in the act of shooting, so Northview will have the ball out of bounds. First foul in the ball game. Inside, Cam Ryans has it. Got it from brother. EJ, kick back out to EJ, and he's going to swing it around right side or left side, Brady. Top of the key, Hatibu. Cam with 33 last game against Forest Hill Central, a career high. Northview's going to take a minute off the clock as well. We're at 6:15 in this ball game. Northview finally gets a shot up. Cam Ryan's air ball too long from the left baseline. And we got a 2-0 ball game in the first 2 minutes. Only 2 shots put up in this game. A lot of touches by both teams. Very patient offenses. Miller gets the ball to Hudkins. Hudkins drives, now kicks it back out. Godley top of the key. Pass to the right wing. Miller, now he's going to draw it back out in between the circles. High pick and roll, Northview switches. Nice pass inside, easy bucket again for Owen Godley. Godley, 2 4-footers early on in this game, and we got a 4-0 lead by Forest Hill Central. Northview giving up some easy ones. Brady Swartz long on his 3. Deep threes as he quite often shoots them from way beyond the arc. 3 ball on the way by Forest Hill Central by Cargill. Air ball, no good. Van Proyen comes down with the rebound. Gives it to Cam. On the push is Northview. Cam gets to the basket. A lot of contact. No foul called, but he scores it. Could have very easily have been an and one. And we get a holding call. Izzy Atibu doing some full court pressing. Coach Chana didn't like the cheap fouls. He was 90 feet away from the basket. Atibu kind of putting some full court pressure on Brady Miller. Kind of backs off him a little bit now. Brady Miller goes right by Atibu. Going to get a blocking call on Northview, and the bucket is scored. Brady Miller goes coast to coast, basically scores it, and gets the blocking foul from Northview. Van Proyen trying to step in and take the charge. They call the block. Miller to the free throw line, knocks it down. He's got 3 points. We got a 7-2 ball game. 5-point lead by Forest Hill Central. Last game these two teams played, it was pretty close the first half, and Northview kind of dominated that second half. Cam Ryans gets it up top. Izzy, left wing, E.J. Ryans. Swinging around, getting a lot of touches. Northview is 4:25 left in the first quarter. T-Boo could have shot a free throw, but didn't. Northview more touches. EJ is going to drive the basket. Strong, no good. Gets his own rebound and put back. EJ Ryan staying with it. He scores it. And quickly, Coach Chana going to call a timeout. Wants to get a message to his kids. Doesn't like what's going on early on here. The Rangers lead it 7-4. We'll be right back.
Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletic Broadcasts. Tool Construction, Greg and Darcy Tool. Frames Unlimited, Kyle Zimdar. LVZ Financial, Ryan Vanderswart. Jarash Heating and Cooling, Ryan Jarash. New Beginnings Restaurant, Cody Kakos. Team IT, Sam and Brady. Thanks for your support.
Coach Channel talking about defensively as the Wildcats have given up 3, pretty much 4 feet and in buckets here to start. And an and one by Brady Miller. And the Rangers lead at 7-4 against full court pressure now. Man, full court pressure by Northview, trying to speed this tempo up a little bit. They do get it across the timeline. Rangers almost a double dribble by Brendan Cargill, but he picks it back up, no call. Said it was a fumble. Jake Johnson looking to enter for Northview. He hit Northview's first sub. 3:33 left in the first quarter. It is obvious Forest Hill Central just kind of taking the wind out of the sails with long possessions. The shot is blocked by Hatibo as Hudkins had it inside, a little 2-footer. But Hatibo protecting the rim, swats it out of bounds, and Rangers have it underneath their own basket. 7-4 Ranger lead, out of bounds play, underneath, a little set play, get it to Vanderwood. Vanderwood, leading scorer in the team, drives, left-handed finger roll, but left it short. It was an air ball on the 2-footer. Baseline drive, Brady Swartz goes up strong. He's going to get fouled. Brady will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. That foul on Owen Godley, his first, the team's second. Both teams now with 2 fouls in the ball game. Brady Swartz, 77% free throw shooter on the year, will be going to the line, trying to get his first points of the ball game. Brady scored 19 last time they played at Forest Hill Central. Misses the first free throw. Coming out of the ball game for Forest Hill Central is Godley. And into the ball game is Jay Cole. Brady does knock down the second free throw, his first point of the game. 7-5, we got a 2-point game. Van Proyen comes out of the game. Freshman Anthony Willis will enter the game. So Jake Johnson, Anthony Willis newly into the game for the Wildcats, as is Jay Cole for the Rangers, two-way lineman football player. Cole swings it left wing, Brady Miller. Miller gets it out, Hudkins. Hudkins hands off to Vanderwood, their leading scorer, and he can shoot it. Got to be aware of where Jonas Vanderwood is at all time. Miller, top of the key, being checked by Cam Ryan's backdoor cut. Forces Central will do that. They'll come out. If you're being denied, they'll go back door. Nice feed, Miller to Vanderwood. Vanderwood is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. E.J. Ryans with that foul for Northview. His first foul, team's third. Jonas Vanderwood, an excellent free throw shooter, 94% at the year at the free throw line from the senior. Hits every inch of the rim, and it goes down for Jonas. Jonas will look for the second. Gets that to go. He is money at the free throw line. He's got his first 2 points of the ball game. 3 different scores for Forest Hill Central. 9-5, 2:35 left in the first quarter. Cats find themselves down 4. As the Rangers have led this entire game. Cam Ryans gets the ball stolen by Hudkins. Cats looking a little bit in a funk to start in this one. Brady Miller, 3-ball on the way, in and out. That would have been a big 3 for Forest Hills. Miller cannot believe he missed that. And we're going to get a foul on Jay Coe underneath for Forest Hill Central, trying to get the rebound. Their third team foul. Van Proyen back into the ball game. Jake Johnson coming out of the ball game. E.J. Ryans will have it for the Cats. Find themselves down 4. A little over 2 minutes in this first quarter. Mike Diebold on the call. He's going to have Ryan Rampolsky. He's a little under the weather. And might have A.D. Pat Marsman stopping by helping me out. Cam inside. Strong move up and in and scores it. Cam Ryan so tough inside. Hurt him last game with his big 33 points. Scores it on the double team. Goes right through him. Gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line looking for the and one. 68% free throw shooter is Cam on the year. Fourth team foul on the Rangers in this first quarter. Cam back irons the free throw. Cats have not been shooting free throws very well the last couple ball games. They were on school record kind of pace free throw shooting too. The big 3 usually are really good free throw shooters. They get most of the free throws, but struggling a little bit as of late. Forest Hill Central has the ball, minute 45 left. They have a 2-point lead and the basketball. Vanderwood hands it over to Coe. Coe dribbles in the lane, kicks over, baseline drive. Shot is up and in, scores it. Brendan Cargill with the score, and he's got fouled. He's going to look for the and one. EJ. Big foul. That's his second foul. He's coming out of the ball game, which does not happen very often. E.J. Ryan's coming out of a ball game. So Cats in a little bit of a funk early on here as the Rangers have come to play, and they lead it by 4. Missed a free throw by Cargill. They tip it back out, though. Rangers secure the rebound. Rangers outplaying the Wildcats in this first quarter. Vanderwood being checked by Swartz. Swartz doing a nice job. Vanderwood gets by, gets all the way to the basket, and scores it. Dribble drive penetration. And Vanderwood with his 4th point. And the Rangers are putting it on the Wildcats right here, 13-7. And the Wildcats and Coach Chano want another timeout, and they're not at the bench. They're about halfway out onto the court, and I know what's going on with that conversation. You can hear it all the way over here. But the Cats are a little bit in the funk, getting beat off the dribble, getting up some easy buckets inside, and their staple is defense, as they usually don't allow teams to get easy looks that Forest Hill Central is getting in the first 7 minutes of this ball game. 1:14 left in the first quarter, and we have a 13-7 lead by the Rangers as Northview trying to three-peat. They got a big ball game tomorrow with Grand Rapids Christian, and they cannot afford a loss. Grand Rapids Christian and Forest Hill Central will play the last game of the year in the league. That game will be at Grand Rapids Christian. And so we'll see if that little lighten them up a little bit by Coach Chana gets things going here for the Wildcats. 3-ball on the way by the freshman Anthony Willis. No good. Back irons it. Here goes a long rebound and the push the other way. Hudkins gets his shot blocked by Anthony Willis. Nice job coming back. E.J. Ryan's looking to check in on the next dead ball for Northview. Cam Ryan's shot up short. No good. Got a little 4-footer, a little contact, no call. Cam looking for the call. Didn't get it. 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Rangers lead it by 6. Motion offense, a lot of back cuts by the Rangers. They spread the floor. They'll look to take you off the dribble, kind of lull you to sleep and do some backdoor cuts. And if you don't knock up on them in the 3-point, they can knock down threes. They got multiple people who can hit the threes. Vanderwood almost stumbles and falls. Down to 15 seconds now. Rangers going to take the last shot of the first quarter. Smart move, 6-point lead. Don't give Northview the ball back. 7 seconds left. Vanderwood looking to score. Fadeaway jumper, 8 feet, got it. Jonas Vanderwood, part of his game that he's improved on. The mid-range jumper, a little fadeaway. And the Rangers have came out and smacked Northview right in the mouth here early on. 15-7 lead. We'll be right back.
Fans, Northview concessions are selling pop, hot dogs, popcorn, and many other.
Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletics, The Score Restaurant, Mike Marsman, Treadstone Mortgage, Ken Jansen of Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, Brandy Block of Green Ridge Realty, Lake Michigan Credit Union, Cutting Edge Builders, Tool Construction, Quality Express Care Center, Lindy Tanis of Tanis Home GR, Legend Signs, Flo's Pizza, Jones Construction, Christian Koff Fundraising, Shannon Swartz of Pure Point Mortgage, Woodland Airstream, Straight Line Fence, Real Food Cafe, AIC Insurance Services, All Flow Plumbing, Applebee's, Golf Cars Plus, Design One Salon and Spa, Discount Home Improvement, Keller Williams, La Fontaine Ford of Grand Rapids. Thank you for your sponsorship.
Jonas Vanderwood leads Forest Hill Central with 6 points. Owen Godley with 4, leading the Wildcats. Cam Ryans with 4. Cats only 7 points in that first quarter. We'll have the ball to start the second quarter. Van Proyen gets it over against the zone defense, this time being deployed by Forest Hill Central. E.J. Ryans gets his shot blocked. It goes to Cam Ryans, though. Cam up strong, misses, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Cam Ryans with 6 of Northview's 9 points. He had more than half of Northview's points last time these two teams played. Cam had a career-high 33 as they had trouble with Cam inside and out in that ball game at Forest Hill Central about a month ago. Hudkins, top of the key for the Rangers. Get the ball back up top. Now Cargill. Cargill will spread it out. They get into their set. A lot of handoffs for the weave way away from the basket. Miller being checked by Van Proyen. Swing it over to Vanderwood. Vanderwood baseline gets cut off. in trouble now. He doesn't have a good angle. Does get it out to just into the game. Matt Sexton, the sophomore, another football player for the Rangers from that state championship team. In Division III, they won it all this year, did the Rangers. Long possession again for Forest Hill Central. Another minute off the clock. Miller just dribbling around up top, spreading it around. Sexton dribble drives in, got a reach around. Foul on Northview as they kind of wrapped around the body, thought he had it clean. Foul's going to be on Brady Swartz. First foul in this quarter for the Wildcats. Cats down 6:19 left in the first half. Taking the ball out of bounds, Brady Miller, quarterback of this basketball team, runs the point most of the time for them, but they will switch things up. Knocked out of bounds. Forest Hill Central will have it right in front of Northview's bench. Jonas Vanderwood will be taking the ball out. Having trouble getting the ball in. Hatibu with the steal. Open court. Izzy Hatibu can't finish. Izzy could not finish the layup. It was contested as hustling back was Miller, but Northview needed to get that bucket there. It looked like it was going to go down and rattles out on the layup. Missed 3 ball by Forest Hill Central. Northview coming the other way, but there's a steal. Cargill with the steal. Cam Ryans with the lazy pass, and it didn't score. Brady Miller with the score off that errant pass from Cam Ryans. And Cam going quickly the other way. We're going to get a blocking foul called on Brendan Cargill. Coach George is getting told he's got to stay in the little area now. He was all over that call. Didn't like the call. Thought that was an offensive charge. But Northview's going to have the ball underneath their own basket. EJ gets it into brother Cam. Cam 2 feet away from the basket, got bodied up. He got fouled by Matt Sexton. And going to the free throw line is going to be Cam Ryans. Double teamed 4 feet from the basket, but Cam's so tough and so good inside and gets fouled quite often as he'll go to the free throw line as he's got like 125 free throw shot on the year. Cam, a 68% free throw shooter. Back irons that one. 0 for 2 at the line. Cats not shooting well at the free throw line in the last few games. It cost them in that Grand Rapids Christian game late. Cam does knock down that second free throw. He's got 7 points. 7-point lead for the Rangers. 5:33 left in the ball game. Izzy riding Brady Miller. Miller still has the basketball, trying to break him down. No 5-second call. They get the ball back out. Sexton has it now for the Rangers. Top of the key being checked by Cam Ryans. Now Ryan switches off on Vanderwood as they kind of do a weave around the top. Do a lot of ball handoffs. Now they bring it way back out to the top of by the half-court line. Going to get Izzy Atibu with a hand check as Miller went to go drive on him. Atibu with his second foul. Northview in some foul trouble here. EJ Ryans with 2, Hatibu with 2. Jake Johnson comes into the game. Izzy will come out of the game for the Wildcats. 5 minutes left in the first half. Cats only 10 points in the first 11 minutes of this ball game. Brady Miller slowly with the basketball, being checked by Cam, just controlling the tempo of this game. Long possessions for Forest Hill Central. Godley now top of the key. Gets it up to Cargill. This is the argument for the 35-second shot clocks in high school basketball, so teams can't limit the number of possessions in ball games. Kind of speeds the tempo up as Forest Hill Central just happy to be taking care of the ball. There's Miller, a late breakdown on the defense again, but Miller on the left-hand layup couldn't get it to go, and a little bit of a crowd. EJ quickly the other way with contact, can't get it to go as it hits all over the rim, but bounds out. But EJ will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Halfway through this second quarter. Got some nervous Northview fans over there biting their fingernails, I see. Kind of an average crowd here for championship kind of week. EJ knocked down the free throw. He's got 3 points in the ball game. Back to a 2-possession game, 6-point lead by the Rangers. See if Northview does anything to pick that tempo up a little bit, maybe some half-court jumping pressure or something to make Forest Hill Central get rid of that basketball. EJ makes both free throws. Cuts the lead to 5. Rangers have it. Cam Ryans checking Miller, still in the man, not jumping anywhere. Sexton has the basketball, gets it to Godley. Godley's going to dribble drive up to the basket. Kind of a poor pass, ends up in the lap of Vanderwood. Vanderwood gets it over to Miller. Miller drives to the basket and scores it. Rangers are getting too close to that basket, getting a lot of 4-foot looks, breaking Northview's defense down off the dribble. Brady Miller been doing a lot of that. Brady Swartz dribble drive baseline. He steps out of bounds. Turnover Wildcats. 7-point lead Rangers, and they have the basketball. Hudkins coming in for Forest Hill Central as Owen Godley will come out of the ball game. Rangers have the lead by 7, 3:30 left in the first half. Rangers also have the basketball. Vanderwood step back 3, got it. Jonas Vanderwood with 9 points, leading scorer in this ball game. And biggest lead of the game for the Rangers. They lead it by 10, 22-12. Rangers aren't really known for their defense, although they don't give up a lot of points, kind of more of their style of play than anything else is long possessions on offense. But they are locking down the Wildcats with the long possessions offensively, as well as Northview in their half-court sets, not able to score very well, just kind of passing the ball around, not attacking. There's an attack. Cam Ryan spin dribble, gets it and scores it after a long possession by the Wildcats there. 8-point lead by the Rangers. Double stack, another set by Forest Hill Central. Van Proyen and Hudkins, 2 football players going at it. Hudkins slapping Van Proyen every time he puts his hand on him. And we're going to get a foul on Northview. That's going to be on Cam Ryans. It's his first foul on Cam. Jake Johnson comes out of the ball game. Izzy Hatibu with his 2 fouls comes back in the ball game. 3 team fouls by both teams here in this second quarter. So each team's got 1 more to give before we get into the double bonus. Miller off the backboard, straight on, knocks it in. Brady Miller has got 9 points. Vanderwood with 9 points. Those two, 18 of their 24 points. They are the 2 leading scorers for the Rangers. Cats find themselves down double figures again by 10. Swartz has it left wing. Cats out of sorts offensively, just playing around in the perimeter. No one really attacking the basket except for Cam Ryans. See if we can get EJ going. EJ inside, assist Cam. EJ, nice call by Coach Channa. Specific play right there. Get EJ going. EJ scores it. He's got 6. 8-point lead by the Rangers. They have the basketball. The minute 25 left. Wouldn't be surprising unless they're wide open. They take this thing right down to halftime. Sexton has the basketball for the Rangers. Vanderwood, right wing. Van Proyen with a cheap one. Now the officials, you can barely breathe on people now. Coach Channa just kind of laughing. That does not play in the Northview's hands, especially when you're down 8, where ticky-tack fouls being called. Cam's second foul. Check that. Van Proyen's second foul that was on. Izzy and Vanderwood get tangled up. Minute left. Forest Hill Central just way away from the basket. They're happy just hanging on to it. Cam's going to come out and pressure Miller, who's very good at running the show for Forest Hill Central. He breaks down Cam, gets it to Hudkins. Now they're going to get right back to Miller. He'll come back out. Miller stepped out of bounds before he ended up catching the basketball. Sloppy turnover right there by Forest Hill Central as they were going to wind this thing down. 49 seconds left in the half. Cats trail it by 8. 24-16. E.J. Ryans with the basketball. Miller checking him. Now a 1-3-1 zone as Jordan George throwing a lot at the Wildcats here. A couple different kind of looks. That 1-3-1, Brady Swartz should be able to get a 3-ball on this. Brady does shoot the 3 way long, no good. Izzy Atibu with taps at Van Proyen. Van Proyen loses control of the ball, and the Rangers come away with it. Opportunity right there for the Wildcats. Looked like Van Proyen was going to get a layup. Mishandles it. Squirts right out of his hands. 7 seconds left. Miller has the basketball in between the circle. Gets it right. 3-ball on the way is no good by Cargill from the baseline. Shot, rebound by Sexton. His last second shot wouldn't have counted anyways. It didn't go in. But the Wildcats find themselves down by 8, 24-16. Forest Hill Central led it by 8 after the first quarter. Both teams both scored 9 points in that second quarter. And so it's still an 8-point lead here. Forest Hill Central leading pretty much this entire ball game at Northview in a big, important OK White matchup. After the MHSAA message, come on back to the Frames Unlimited halftime report. We'll break this first half down for you and maybe have AD Pat Marsman over.
It's the end of an era in Saginaw, and the Student Advisory Council is looking for 8 new members. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. On Friday night, the boys basketball teams from Saginaw High and Arthur Hill will meet for the final time ever in the regular season. It's a rivalry that started in 1910 and has seen each school win multiple state titles. After the school year, the two schools are consolidating into a new one, Saginaw United High School. The final regular season matchup will be played at the Dow Event Center in Saginaw, and 5,000 tickets for the game sold out in just minutes. Former Arthur Hill coach Dave Slaggert is writing a book on the rivalry titled Remember the Trojans and the Lumberjacks, and according to his research, either Saginaw or Arthur Hill has made the state quarterfinals 47 times. 36 times one of those teams reached the semifinals. The two have played in 18 MHSAA championship games, with Saginaw winning 6 times and Arthur Hill winning twice. Current and former NBA stars like Draymond Green and Jason Richardson have played in this game, as well as former NFL players like Lamar Woodley and Charles Rogers. That first game, 114 years ago, was won by Saginaw High. The winner Friday will have bragging rights for a long time, unless the two meet again in the postseason. They are in different districts, but could meet up again for the final last time in the regional semifinals. The boys basketball district brackets will be posted on Sunday, February 18th. Log on to MHSAA.com to see the path to the Breslin Center for Saginaw High, Arthur Hill, and everyone else looking to keep their season going deep into March. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Negauni's Ella Mason. She poured in 30 points in a 57-53 win over Ishpeming. It was the first loss of the year for Ishpeming and moved Negauni to 17-1 on the season. Alcona's Garrett Summers. His 16 points led Alcona in a 44-38 win over Mayo. The victory secured Mayo's first ever North Star League boys basketball title. And a Holt bowler, Nick Shaberg. He won a third straight CAAC singles championship, rolling a 5-21 total in the championship match.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Director of Officiating Services, Sam Davis.
Cheerleaders, usually at the college level, get in the sports headlines whenever an accident occurs, causing a serious injury. In Michigan, the sport of competitive cheer doesn't make the news in that regard. Why? Because this sport, created by Michigan schools, has built-in safety guidelines for competition, including the proper matting and the rules which prohibit dangerous stunts, and safety judges observing the routines. Middle school competitive cheer is more restrictive, allowing the focus to be on the fundamentals that will provide a safe foundation when these athletes transition into high school and beyond. This format is exclusive to Michigan, and just another way that high school sports takes the extra step to make the games our athletes play as safe as they can possibly be.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. If you're a student athlete in the class of 2026 who is interested in joining the MHSAA Student Advisory Council, now is the time to apply. The council discusses issues dealing with the 4 S's: scholarship, sportsmanship, safety, and scope. A 5th S, student leadership, is also a common topic. We're looking for 8 new members, 4 boys and 4 girls, to join our existing 8 members from the class of 2025. If selected, you would serve for 2 years and help the council promote the educational value of interscholastic athletics. Members help plan sportsmanship summits, captains clinics, and other student leadership events. They also help hand out medals and trophies at MHSAA championship events. Council meets 6 times a year, plus attend a 24-hour summer leadership camp. It's a great way to strengthen your leadership skills, meet student athletes from across the state, and get an up-close and personal look at how high school sports are managed. To apply, please go to MHSAA.com. Applications are due by 4:30 p.m. on Monday, April 22nd. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
And welcome back to Northview High School, where the Cats find themselves down by 8 points. What you hear in the background is Northview's musical, and it's the Adams Family. We'll turn some extra mics on here for you so you can hear what's going on here at the background at halftime. The Adams Family, old school TV show, is the musical that the Northview students are putting on here for the crowd here at halftime. Let's go over the individual scoring for you in this ball game. For Forest Hill Central and their 24 points. Brendan Cargill has 2 points. Owen Godley with 4 points. Brady Miller with 9, and Jonas Vanderwood with 9. So the leading scorers are leading the scoring for Forest Hill Central. Vanderwood and Miller each with 9. For the Northview Wildcats, and there's 16 points. Brady Swartz has 1, E.J. Ryans with 6, and Cam Ryans with 9. Mentioning Brady Swartz having some troubles with his knees. He's going through growing spurts. He's already 6'5", but having some issues with his knees. Jake Johnson not feeling well, but Northview and the way they are, excuses won't get the job done, so they're not holding that as the reason why they're not playing well here. But Cam Ryans with 9 leads it for Northview, and Vanderwood and Miller each with 9 for Forest Hill Central. Northview Cam Ryans averages 21 points per game. Brady Swartz is about 17 per game, and EJ 14. So they're well below their averages. And for Forest Hill Central, Vanderwood with 9. He averages 18, so he's right at his average. Brady Miller with 9. He's averages 12 a game, so he's above his average at the half here. And then Cargill averages 12 points per game. He's only got 2, so he's below his average here at the half. As now the musical is over. Again, the Adams Family. Come check it out at Northview. Check your social media, I'm sure, for when that is going to be playing. Going to take a quick time out here, and we'll come back and we'll have a little bit more recap of that first half for you. Rangers lead it on the road, 24-16.
Fans, at this time, Northview would like to recognize
Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletic Broadcasts. Tool Construction, Greg and Darcy Tool. Frames Unlimited, Kyle Zimdar. LVZ Financial, Ryan Vanderswart. Jarash Heating and Cooling, Ryan Jarash. New Beginnings Restaurant, Cody Kakos. Team IT, Sam and Brady. Thanks for your support. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs.
And we're back here at Northview High School, flying solo today. Mike Diebold on the call for you this evening, and the Rangers taking it to the Wildcats. They were up 15-7 after the first quarter, and each team scored the same amount in that second quarter, so they still up 8, 24-16 here at the half in this low-scoring high school basketball game. 16 points for Northview. Northview averages 62 points per game, so well under their offensive average, and they've struggled the last couple games. Grand Rapids Christian, Northview had some struggles offensively against them, although they're a very good defensive team. Central, not as good a defensive team, but holding Northview to 16 points, as Northview not really in that attack mode very well early on here. We'll see what happens in the second half. Northview needs to get it together so that game tomorrow they can regain first place in the OK White. The game tomorrow, Grand Rapids Christian, that we will have here for you. And we'll be on air at approximately 6:30 for that one. And quick turnaround, 24-hour turnaround. So two big basketball games. We knew this one was not going to be easy. Forest Hill Central, especially being one of the last times they're going to be playing. Long-time rivalry here. Only East Grand Rapids has played more basketball games against Northview. Forest Hill Central second in most games played in school history. So this has been a long time rivalry with these schools, and the Rangers will have the basketball to start this third quarter. Top of the key, Cargill, the junior for Forest Hill Central, gives it over to Brady Miller. Senior-dominated team here. That's why they're so dangerous. Not their first rodeos, a lot of these players. 3-year player Jonas Vanderwood, he's played a lot of basketball, so they will not be getting rattled. And not a big, huge crowd, boisterous crowd. Kind of just lulls you to sleep, the style of ball. And Northview, after 30 seconds, taking around off the clock, just kind of playing around with the ball. The Rangers, Van Proyen picks up his third foul. Miller gets the ball in the backcourt, just kind of walks it across the timeline. Northview's going to have to come up with some kind of pressuring, double teaming, pressing, half-court trapping. Got to do something, get the ball out of their hands. They're just very comfortable. The Rangers are. As I say that, they do come out and jump with the double team. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Ranger ball, sideline out, kind of a tough angle where they got to get the ball in from. They do get it in. As Cargill has it for the Rangers. A little over 7 minutes left. Here's a jump. They are jumping half court, making them get rid of the ball a little bit. 3 ball on the way. In and out, bouncing around, goes in. That hit every inch of the rim. Brady Miller's 3 goes in from the left baseline. And the biggest lead of the game, 11 points now for the Rangers, looking to pull off an upset. Going to be heard around West Michigan, as they are the third-place team, tied with Byron Center. So, not a huge upset, but Northview won by 21 last time these two teams played. and they were up 25, 26 points a lot of that game. Backdoor cut by E.J. Ryans. Van Proyen with the find. E.J. Ryans with the finish. See if that gets Northview going a little bit. 9-point lead by the Rangers, and Miller brings the ball across the timeline. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Miller finally gives the ball up to Hudkins. Hudkins going to dribble drive 8 feet away. He's going to kick it back out to Miller. Miller patient with the basketball. Hatibu guarding him. Now they back it up. Coach Chano wanted a 5 count called. Miller still has the basketball. Now they back it back up. Miller's just kind of playing around with the basketball up here, taking a lot of time off the clock. Hatibu knocks it out of bounds. Coach Chana talking about the officials of the 6 feet, but he is dribbling in and then backing back out and getting that breakage for a second. And then Miller just kind of hanging onto the ball. They got Hatibu on him. Northview's basically Northview's center on their point guard. This time Miller breaks down Hatibu. The freshman goes all the way to the basket and scores it. They got to change that matchup. Hatibu having all kinds of problems with Miller, who is just running the show here. And with no shot clock, he's just taking all kinds of time off. Northview has it now. Northview's usually kind of patient themselves offensively. They're going to need to be in more of an attack mode and get things going here. Grady Miller, baseline drive. Going to get fouled before he could get the shot off. Actually, they say he was. Yeah, he said it was on the ground. Just wasn't in the act of shooting, so Northview will have it underneath their own basket. That foul right there is on Owen Godley. His third foul for the Rangers. Cam Ryans has it on the out-of-bounds play. Hatibu gets it to E.J. Van Proyen being checked by Vanderwood. Up top, E.J. Ryans. E.J. Ryans, Brady Swartz, Cam. Got to take this ball game over right now here offensively and just kind of force the play inside. There we got Cam. Baseline, kicks out E.J. 3 ball on the way. Got it. Big shot by E.J. Ryans. Nice find by Cam Ryans. And Coach Chan are going to take a defensive timeout here as they knock that 3 down. Huge 3 by E.J. Ryans. He leads Northview now with 11. E.J. and Cam got to take this thing over. Brady looks a little out of sorts, a little lethargic in this ball game. Only 1 point, not very many shots at all. Having trouble moving like he normally does. He usually takes people off the dribble, gets those baseline drives and dunks. But I think the Ryans brothers may have to start taking things over a little bit, and then offensive rebounding, which they hurt last game. Jake Johnson and Izzy Hatibu and Van Proyen got a bunch of offensive rebounds in that last game at Forest Hill Central, putbacks, and in between them had about 10 to 12 points scoring, which would help in this ball game as well. Northview going to extend the D now a little bit, a 1-2-2 3-quarter court zone press, as it's an 8-point lead by Forest Hill Central. Rangers, a tough team to get out of sorts as they're senior dominated, and they got some guards who handle the ball very well. Jonas Vanderwell can handle the ball. Almost turned it over, and we're going to get a timeout by Coach Jordan George of Forest Hill Central. He thought they were a little out of sorts against that 1-2-2, so Jordan George doesn't want a quick turnaround and turnover, so he calls timeout. And we got two teams kind of feeling each other out here with 4:20 left in this third quarter as teams have adjusted what they normally do instead of just man defenses, seeing some zone presses and half-court traps and such. And so both teams giving their players some coaching up, tell them how to attack these things. And with the last 12 minutes in regulation here, Cats find themselves down 8. Rangers will have the ball side out, across the way from their bench in front of the Northview crowd. Only like half filled in this arena, kind of quiet, just kind of the nature of the way the game's kind of played here. It's a little quiet in here. Godley kicks it out. Could have had a 3 ball. Cargill chose not to, pulls up, hits a 15-footer instead. Brendan Cargill knocks down the three. He's got 4 points. Back to a 10-point lead. 1-3-1 zone now by Forest Hill Central. Turnover by Brady Swartz. Going the other way, Forest Hill Central. 2-on-1. Nice pass as Miller gets it to Godley, who scores it. He's got 6 points. Northview the other way, 15-footer. Brady Swartz, back iron, no good. Can with a big rebound. Good thing, because Northview didn't have a cat back, and it would have been a breakaway the other way. EJ Long on his three, no good. Brady Swartz comes up with a loose ball, and he's fouled. Biggest lead of the game, tied for the biggest lead of the game. Forest Hill Central up 12, 33-21 with 3:33 left in this third quarter. Northview's freshman and JV teams won earlier. Northview's by 2 on the last second shot. Northview's JV crushed Forest Hill Central's JV 65-35. Last time the two JV teams played, it was pretty even. Van Proyen from 3, no good, but he goes up, gets his own rebound, puts his chest into Godley, and goes back up. Godley's going to get called for the foul. He doesn't believe it. Owen Godley with the foul. Van Proyen to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's Godley's 4th foul. Their tallest player at 6'7" will be coming out of the ball game. Looks like Sexton, the sophomore, will be coming in for him. Van Proyen doesn't get to the line very much, but knocks down the first one. Van Proyen from the free throw line, 6 of 10 on the year, so now about a 63% free throw shooter is Van Proyen. Good to see some other people get some scoring going instead of just the big 3. It's really only the big 2 in this ball game. Right now, Van Proyen knocks them both down. Nice job by the sophomore. Jack hits 2 free throws. We got a 10-point game. Northview 1-3-1 three-quarter court with Hatibu, the center, up at the point, much like Nate Johnson does for Grand Rapids Christian. Jay Cole is the one getting into the ball game, not Sexton. He gets it into Hudkins. Vanderwood, dribble drive from the baseline, gets checked by Hatibu, but Vanderwood's able, good body control, and gets it to go. Jonas Vanderwood with 11 points, his first 2 in this ball game. We're going to get an offensive foul called on Northview, and Coach Channon not happy, giving the official an earful for 2 feet away. Brady Swartz with that offensive foul, his second. And the Rangers will have the basketball, and the Wildcats, just the body language and the way they're playing, their energy level, they're in a world of hurt here right now. It's going to take a yeoman's comeback here as the Rangers are in control with the 12-point lead. They dribble drive all the way to the basket, get fouled, and go into the free throw line. Brendan Cargill for the Rangers. Rangers been in control of this thing the entire way. Van Proyen's 4th personal foul for Northview. Cargill going to the free throw line, the lefty, an 83% free throw shooter, 20 for 24 on the year, and that's going to be hard to come back on. Vanderwoody, Miller, and Cargill, all very good free throw shooters and handle the ball very well. So tough to come back on teams like that, where you're thinking some missed free throws can get you back into the game. Cargill looking for his 6th point of the ball game if he can knock the free throw down, and he does. Going to be a tough task to come back in this one, Wildcats, with this senior-led team, and they got a lead 14, very confident Ranger team. And Northview, the winning streak against them. Jake Johnson with the careless turnover, and he's going to foul. And Brady Miller gets fouled, and the Wildcats got their backs against the wall in this one as the Rangers are feeling it. They feel an upset coming on. And Northview, a big ball game tomorrow against Grand Rapids Christian, which they're going to need to win that ball game tomorrow then and win out the rest of the way to get a share of the title. And they also got to play Byron Center yet. Does Northview. So that ball game tomorrow, huge for the Wildcats. And they quickly, after taking 30 seconds off the clock, going to take a timeout. Does Jordan George of Forest Hill Central. didn't like where that was going. Got a little pressure on him and took a timeout. We're going to take a timeout. 37-23, 14-point lead by the Rangers. 2:04 left in the third.
Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited.
Rangers' 2 leading scorers stepping up for them. Brady Miller with 14, Jonas Vanderwood with 11, Cargill with 6, Godley with 6 for the Rangers. For the Wildcats, Cam Ryans has not scored in this second half, had 33 last time these two teams played. He's got 9 points, all in that first half. E.J. Ryan's leading scorer for the Cats. He's the 3rd leading scorer on the team. He's got 11. And Jack Van Poyen with 2 points. Brady Swartz with 1 point in this ball game. Cam Ryans with the steal. See if that can ignite him. Cam Ryans with the steal and score. Coach thought he got fouled. Cam Ryans with another steal. Cam Ryans is waking this crowd up here at Northview, and the Northview bench is up. Tim Felix, the assistant coach, JV coach, up, trying to get his players going. And Cam Ryans coming alive here. Little spurt for the Cats. They cut it to 12. Cam Ryan's going to the free throw line to shoot 2. 69% free throw shooter for Northview. Only 1 of 3 at the line here today. Missed the free throw. He'll get a second free throw. Missed them both, did Ryans. Forest Hill Central with the rebound. Cats down 12. Rangers with the basketball. Miller trying to get by. He does get by. Cam gets to the basket. Challenged by E.J. E.J. with the block. Hatibo comes up with it for the Wildcats. Northview on the push. E.J. Ryans 3 on 4. And we got a foul. Hand check. Cargill. Yeah, that was one of the first kind of breaks Northview's had in this game, as they got to stop at the other end and push the ball up the floor, which is usually Northview is so good at in the open court. E.J. Ryans will be going to the free throw line, where he's 2 for 2 this evening. E.J. a 71% free throw shooter. Knocked it down. Leading scorer for Northview, E.J. now with 12. His brother has 11. E.J. got them both. He has 13, leading scorer for the Cats. Got a 10-point ball game. Still double-figure lead by the Rangers. 1:25 left in the third. Cam Ryans is up on Brady Miller, putting a little bit more pressure on as Izzy was having trouble guarding him. So they got that everything. Cam Ryans does so much for this team, is now guarding Miller to try to get the ball away from him, and it's working. Vanderwood has it now. Now EJ's going to switch over on Miller. Vanderwood just kind of dribble drives into the lane. And we're going to get a holding call. It's going to be tough to come back on this one. Northview crowd doesn't like that call as a ticky-tack. Be very difficult to come back in this one with the way the game's officiated. Won't let them breathe on them. And you got the good free throw shooters of Forest Hill Central who will be going to the free throw line as they are right now, as both teams are in the double bonus with 57 seconds left in the third. Vanderwood, a 95% free throw shooter, knocks down the free throw. This is not a team you like to have to come back on because they're so good at the free throw line. And seniors handling the basketball. Vanderwood misses the free throw, does Jonas. Doesn't do that very often. Cats with the rebound. Cats down 11. Brady Swartz against a 1-3-1 zone. Gets it over to Willis is in there. Got some three-point shooters in there for Northview. Willis, 3-ball by EJ, no good. And Miller with the rebound by Forest Hill Central. Got a good look from 3 from EJ. Brady Swartz now up, checking Miller. Hudkins has it for Forest Hills. 26 seconds left. They're going to try to hold it for the last shot here of the third quarter. Vanderwood now has it, top of the key. Now he backs it up. It's at the Northview end. Bringing Hatibu out wide. 12 seconds left. Izzy with the little, get a 5-second call that time. Finally, Coach Channa was calling for it as Hatibu was up on Vanderwood. And the 5-second call is called. And the Northview will have the ball with 7.9 seconds left here in the third quarter. 11-point lead by the Rangers. EJ down to 5. He's got about the 3-point arc. 2 seconds. Cam with a 3. No good. Too long off the board. And after 3, Forest Hill Central 38. Northview 27. An 11-point Ranger lead. Come on back to the fourth quarter.
LVC Financial. Call former Northview grad Ryan Vanderswart and his team at LVC Financial at 616-394-4994 for all your financial planning needs. LVZ has a hometown atmosphere with the horsepower of a larger firm. Call Ryan for his 25 years of experience or his team today for all your financial planning needs at 616-394-4994. And thank you for your support of Northview Athletics.
Well, the Cats find themselves down 11 in this one going into the fourth quarter. Leading scorer Brady Miller with 14 for Forest Hill Central. He leads all scorers. Jonas Vanderwood has 12. EJ Ryans leads Northview with 13. His brother Cam with 11. Cam Ryans only 2 points in this second half. Had 9 in the first half. Had 33 last time these two teams played. Northview just killed them on the boards last time these two teams played. And it's not the case this time. Forest Hill Central has controlled the tempo, taken care of the basketball, has made shots, and has just outplayed Northview in this ball game with 7:55 left to go here. Anthony Willis, the freshman, in the ball game against this 1-3-1 zone. See if he can knock down a 3 here to see if get things going here for the Cats. Cats now just playing around the top with it. Willis and E.J. Ryans just playing around way too long in the offensive set. 15-footer by E.J. Got in a seam there, E.J. Ryans. He's got 15. And the Cats get it under double digits. We got a 9-point lead. Cam Ryans with the foul. Kind of looked almost like he was trying to foul instead of going after the ball. It's his second foul on Cam, team's first here in the fourth quarter. Kind of a three-quarter court trap by Northview. Vanderwood gets it across the half court. Vanderwood's going to try to get in the lane. Now he'll back it right back out. Against the man defense now by Northview. Cam on Brady Miller, playing him tough, going to get fouled. Cam's a little overzealous up there and just foul him. Second team foul on Northview. 7:10 left in this one. 9-point lead by Forest Hill Central. They have controlled this game most of the way. Brady Swartz almost with the steal. EJ does get the steal on the sideline. Blocked by Hudkins, but there's Cam Ryans to clean it up and get the putback. We got a 7-point game. Little mini run here by the Wildcats. And Coach Channa with that timeout. Thought we got a little momentum going right there, but Coach Channa does that. He takes those defensive timeouts quite often. Even when you get a little momentum going, he'll take a defensive timeout, set up a defense on what he wants going. And we got a 38-31 Forest Hill Central lead with 6:58 left in the ball game. We'll be right back.
Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant.
And we're back here at Northview High School. A little spurt right there by Northview. cut this thing to 7. It had gotten up to 12 for the Rangers. A 5-0 run by Northview. 6:58 left in the ball game. Wildcats really need this ball game. If they find themselves losing this ball game, they must win against Grand Rapids Christian tomorrow to give both teams then 2 losses if Northview should lose this ball game tonight. Forest Hill Central tried to get it in bounds against the full court pressure. Knocked away by Northview out of bounds. Rangers having a little trouble against this man full court pressure now. Wildcats dialing up some pressure. Can't just let Forest Hills just play around with the basketball like they've been. Trying to get the ball inside, having trouble. They get it over to Hudkins. Back to Vanderwood. They're still not across the timeline. Vanderwood gets it across the timeline. The senior does a nice job breaking the press. Cargill has it now for Forest Hill Central in the half court. Double team as they get it over to Hudkins. Hudkins being chased by Hudkins, breaks down Brady Swartz. E.J. Ryans with the block on Hudkins. E.J. with the steal. E.J. going the other way. A lot of contact. Shot up and in. Scores it. And they're going to count the basket. E.J. Ryans with the block shot at one end on Hudkins. Retrieves his block shot. Goes coast to coast, 1 against 3. Gets bumped in the lane, scores it, and gets fouled. Big play right there by the 4-year starter for Northview, E.J. Ryans, willing this team back in it. Cat down 5, E.J. with 1 free throw here. Got it, E.J. with 18. E.J. coming alive. So he's got 12 second half points. None bigger than that 3 right there. Full court pressure is knocked off Forest Hill Central. Turnover with the full court pressure. The Rangers turn it over. Cats down 4 with the underneath their own basket blob as Northview student section into the game a little bit here now. A little more boisterous crowded. It has been silent. Cam all the way to the basket, left-handed finish, scores it. Cam Ryans with 15, and the Wildcats have cut it to 2. Full court pressure. Miller gets it across the timeline. Hudkins inside, misses the easy bunny. That's 2 misses by Hudkins right there as he got a last one blocked and EJ scored it. This one he misses a little 2-footer, and we got a scrum on the floor going after it, and we got Cam taking care of his brother as they thought a little overzealous, and these two teams are going at it right now. Cooler heads need to prevail in this one. Cam could have got teed up there pretty easily as we got some hot tempers right now, and both teams digging in, going at it. But we're going to have a good 6 minutes left in this one as the Cats were down 12 at one time, have crawled back to 2. They've really picked up the defense. The Rangers having trouble scoring as of late against the better defense, more attacking defense by the Wildcats. Rangers do get the ball inside from underneath their own basket. Miller now has it, the point guard for Forest Hill Central. He's being checked by E.J. Ryans. Miller dribble drives, throws it off the backboard. It's going to be a turnover by Forest Hill Central as the ball hit the backside of the basket as Miller was trying to find a player cutting. Turnover Rangers. Couple turnovers in a row now by the Rangers. Northview could take the lead with the 3, tie things up with the 2, and they have not been in the lead since the first quarter. I'm not sure they've been in the lead at all, but I think at the very beginning of the ballgame, I think the Cats were up by a couple right in the first minute or 2 of the ballgame. Willis, the freshman, still in there from Northview, going against a 1-3-1 zone. Cam and his brother Ryan up at the top at the 2 points, splitting that point. Now they're going to get into a different set. They're going to go 1-4 low against this 1-3-1 zone. Different look offensively. Now they're going to bring Willis out at the top. Northview readjusting how they're going to attack this. EJ now just kind of playing around with the ball up top. He dribble drives in, gets it out to Cam. Cam thought could have had a 3, dribbles to the basket, can't get it. Hatibu couldn't come away with the offensive rebound, kind of falls out of his hands. He would have had a little putback if he could have came away with that rebound. Vanderwood in the lane, kick out, 3-ball on the way by the Rangers. No good by Cargill. That would have been a big basket. Brady goes down hard, holding on to his knees that he is struggling so hard with. He's still on the ground, is Swartz. Swartz still down on the ground. The athletic trainer for Northview rushes out onto the floor. I think he's going to be okay. They're just letting him sit there for a minute. We'll see what the call is. I think there's going to be a foul on Forest Hill Central going right through Brady. Brady's going to stay on the floor. Thought he had to come out when you take time. Brady's going to have to come out of the floor for a while. Brady's coming out now with the injury. He comes out. Van Proyen back in. Northview is going to get it, and that fouled out was Owen Godley with that foul. He fouls out of the ball game. 2 team fouls by both teams in this fourth quarter. 4:42 left. Cats can try to take the lead with the 3-ball. Find themselves down 2. The freshman still in the ball game for Northview. As that's Anthony Willis. He has the ball now, gets it to the sophomore Van Proyen. Willis, 3-ball, got it! That's what he's in there for. Anthony Willis with a huge 3 and puts Northview back in the lead with 4:18 left. Cats fought themselves back from down 12 and lead it by 1. Halfway through the fourth quarter, big shot right there by the freshman Anthony Willis. Jonas Vanderwood dribble drives, gets all the way to the basket and scores it. Gives the Rangers the lead back. Big play right there by Vanderwood for the Rangers. The Rangers back up 1. Vanderwood his 14th point. Still a 1-3-1 zone. Van Proyen gets it over to, got 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a senior in there for Northview right now in crunch time here. Willis thought he was going to be able to get a 3 up. Van Proyen dribble guy, gets the basket, no good, but there's Cam to clear things up. He can't get it to go. Anthony Willis for Northview will run down the long rebound. Gets it into EJ, inside to Hatibu. Nice find, Van Proyen to Hatibu, and Hatibu scores it. His first 2 points of the ball game. Northview back in the lead, and there's another one of Coach Chana's defensive timeouts. And he takes a timeout, does Coach Chana. 3:11 left in this one. Northview leads at 41-40. We got a good one. Come on back. Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant. Northview has fought their way back in it, kind of sleepwalked most of those first 3 quarters, but have awakened, kind of changed things up defensively, putting a lot more pressure and trapping and getting the ball out of Brady Miller's hand a little bit more. And some turnovers against full court pressure by the Rangers. And a couple buckets by Northview, and Northview finds themselves coming back from 12 down, and they now have a 1-point lead with 3:11 left in this one. And the Rangers will have the ball going against full court pressure. Northview, Vanderwood looks to inbound it. Gets it to Cargill, back to Vanderwood. Swartz be checking Vanderwood in the open court. Both teams with 2 fouls in this fourth quarter, so not in the double bonus yet. Oh, almost a turnover. We got a late call. Vanderwood lost control of the ball, went to Northview, but a late whistle in the call saying a foul on Northview. Brady Swartz with the foul, his 3rd. The team's 3rd. 2:58 left in this one. Northview, the 1-point lead. Miller has the basketball. Cam Ryan's going to be checking him. 1-4 set out of for Forest Hill Central. They run a special play. Northview stops it. Brady Miller now walks the ball back up top of the key. 2:40 left. High pick and roll. Miller gets all the way to the basket, steps in, charge is taken. Brady Swartz steps in and takes a big charge as Brady Miller runs them over, got the basket to go. They take the basket away. An offensive foul on Miller, his third, and a big play right there by Brady Swartz, stepping in and taking a charge. Huge play. And back as Anthony Willis comes out of the ball game, Van Proyen into the game for Northview. So the starters for Northview in the ball game. Nice job by Anthony, the freshman, giving some valuable minutes and knocking down a big three. 2:25 left in the ball game. Northview a 1-point lead and the basketball. They're going to spread it around now, kind of four corner against this token man defense by Forest Hill Central. Now EJ drives, gets to the basket, scores it, and he's fouled. EJ Ryans drives the baseline. I thought he was going to do a reverse layup. Kind of bends over and kind of goes on the same side. An awkward looking shot gets fouled. The ball goes in. I don't know how he got that to go. EJ Ryan scores it, and he's to the free throw line looking for the and one. 72% free throw shooter, EJ Ryans. 5 for 5 at the line in this ball game. EJ's got 20 points in this game. Make it 21. EJ Ryans gives Northview a 4-point lead. 2:05 left. Rangers get it across the timeline. We got 2 minutes left in this one. Cats lead it by 4 as they were down 12 in this game in the fourth quarter. Storm their way back. Over to Cargill. Cargill gets it inside. And 2 tries at the basket. Matt Sexton, the sophomore, kept getting it with the rebound. Gets the putback. Couldn't get it to go. But he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Van Proyen with that foul, just fouled out of the ball game. To the free throw line, Matt Sexton, another very good free throw shooter, 16 of 23, a 70% free throw shooter for the sophomore. As the Rangers, a very good free throw shooting team. They shoot at 72% as a team at the line. That would be a Northview school record. 69.5 is the school record at Northview. Knocks down the free throw. Big free throw by Sexton, his first points of the game. Minute 41 left. Sexton will have another free throw. Got them both. Huge free throws by the sophomore Matt Sexton, and we got a 2-point game. And Jordan George will call timeout for the Rangers. Minute 33 left. I think we got a clock issue. Yeah, there should be more seconds. The clock shows 1 minute 33, and it should be more like about 2 minutes as they got the shot or the clock operator kind of let the clock go. So he's gonna be putting some seconds back on. It should be right around 2 minutes, and we'll stay right here as we kind of. See, they got a minute 38 they have on the clock now. No one's saying anything. The officials went away. I thought there was a little bit more time than that on the clock. I could be wrong. Not exactly sure. But there's going to be a minute 38 on the clock. Cats lead it by 2. Going to probably see some full court pressure by Forest Hill Central as they just hit 2 free throws. So Northview will have the basketball against full court pressure coming out by the Rangers. Both teams 4 fouls, so we'll be shooting 2 free throws, both teams here, whether you're in the act of shooting or not. Now Forest Hills backs off a little bit. EJ is going to have the basketball being checked by Brady Miller. EJ gets it across the timeline. Minute 27. Cats lead it by 2. A turnover by EJ Ryans. Check that, Cam Ryans. Terrible turnover right there by Northview. Wasn't much of a defensive stance going on. They thought Brady was going to go back door. He lobs it out of bounds. Wasn't even close. Big turnover there by Cam Ryans. Northview with their full court pressure forces Forest Hill Central to take a timeout as Jonas Vanderwood could not get the ball in bounds with a minute 24 left. And Forest Hills takes the timeout. That's their last timeout. Forest Hill Central, no more timeouts. Northview has one timeout. Both teams in the double bonus. Rangers will have the basketball 94 feet away. Huge mistake right there by the Wildcats on a sloppy turnover late in the game. Those can come back to haunt you. It's Cam Ryan's too risky of a play. Backdoor by Brady. And it really wasn't thrown very accurate. Brady kind of pulled up, didn't even think he was going to be getting the pass, and it just kind of goes out of bounds very easily. And the Cats did not take much time off that clock in that last possession as they had the lead. What you need to do, it's either layups or free throws because there's no 35-second clock, so you want to be getting layups and free throws or just wide open, easy looks. And taking care of the basketball and then knocking down free throws is a recipe to get out of here and escape, which is all you could call it because Northview was down for most of this ball game, down I believe 12, maybe 13. I think it was 12, the most they've been down in this ball game. Might have been 13 in that third quarter they got down. Vanderwood just gets it in. We got trapped now. They get it back to Vanderwood though. Nice job right there by Cargill. Not in that double team, not coughing it up and getting the ball to Vanderwood. It's across the timeline now. Forest Hill Central gets into their set as Brady Swartz checking Vanderwood right now. Minute 7 left in the ball game. High pick and roll. Vanderwood hits the floor. We got a tie up. Good defense by Northview. Vanderwood spin dribble. Cam was on the other side. Ball went down to the ground. All three players dove on it, and so on the held ball, Wildcats will get the arrow. Big arrow possession right there for the Cats. Cats have the basketball. Minute 1 left in this one. 2-point lead for Northview. We're under a minute. E.J. Lyons gets it across the timeline. Brady Miller checking him. Cam has it. Hudkins checking him. Cam throws it away again. Brady Swartz didn't do a real good job of coming back trying to grab it, but again, a sloppy pass by Cam Ryans. 2 huge turnovers by Cam, and he's usually so tough in these winning minutes. 2 sloppy passes without a whole lot of pressure on him by Cam, and Forest Hill Central will have the ball. Vanderwood dribbles baseline, gets cut off, can't get a shot. Brady, good job defending him. 33 seconds left. No timeouts left for Forest Hill Central. Northview's got 1. Vanderwood still with the basketball. Takes Brady off the dribble. Gets to the basket. We're going to get a foul on Brady Swartz before the shot could get up. But it doesn't matter because we're in the double bonus. Brady Swartz with his 4th foul. But more importantly, you got a 95% free throw shooter going to the free throw line to try to tie things on. And that's Jonas Vanderwood, who's 3 for 4 in this game. He missed his last one. Missed another one. A 94% free throw shooter has missed his last 2 free throws. This senior needed to hit them both. 24 seconds left. He'll have 1 more, but no matter what, Northview will have the lead if he knocks this down. He does. He's got 15. Cats by 1 with the basketball. Full court pressure. Swartz gets it across the timeline. He gets double, triple teamed, gets it over to Cam Ryans. Cam dribble drive, he's going to get fouled. And Cam was going to have to go to the free throw line. He'll be shooting 2. Cam Ryans, 68% free throw shooter on the year. He is struggling today. Only 1 of 5 at the free throw line in this ball game. 1 of 5, Cam Ryans today at the free throw line. Got it, every inch of the rim it hit. Looked like it was going to bound out, but goes in. A big free throw right there by Cam. Cats up 2, 14.6 seconds left. Missed the free throw, did Cam. Couldn't get that 3-point lead. It's a 2-point lead, 10 seconds left. Vanderwood gets it to Miller. Miller, top of the key. Miller gets inside the 3-point arc. Got two on the way, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, won't go. Sexton, check that. It was Matt Sexton, the sophomore, had an offensive rebound, had a 2-footer, went up, bounces around the rim, and would not go in at the horn as the horn sounds. and Northview escapes, and that's all you can call it, escapes with a 45-43 win. What a ball game by Forest Hill Central. Hearts go out to them. They had this game won. Sexton with a putback, looked like he was going to be able to get it, bounded 4 times on the rim, and the Wildcats come away with a 45-43. Had that gone in, obviously it would have been an overtime game. We would have had 4 more minutes, but it does not go. I don't know how that ball did not go in, and Northview escapes with the victory, which makes this game tomorrow against Grand Rapids Christian. Whoever wins that ball game will have sole possession of first place with 3 games left in the ball game. Going to have some people coming over to get an interview over here. We have Anthony Willis and Cam Ryans, and we'll turn the volumes up here and see if we got the players here. We'll go with Cam first. Cam, man, my heart is racing here. That wasn't an easy win, but a win's a win. You guys came back. Talk about not giving up and just keep plugging along and getting the win.
So we know we play in one of the toughest conferences in Michigan, so every team's going to give us our best punch. Most people don't think that's a top team, but that's a really good team
That's
over
a very
there.
good team.
Well coached. The players could shoot. They play together. That's an amazing team. I just think the reason we came up on top is because our defensive intensity that we picked up in the third quarter, man. We had to get a couple stops down the stretch. We never gave up, and that's why we came up top.
Anthony, a big 3 down the stretch. I think that's kind of a little bit why you were in there. They were doing that 1-3-1 zone. They were leaving that 3 open, and they were kind of getting out on Brady a little bit, and you came up with a huge 3 for Northview late in that game. You got some quality minutes in some crunch time here. How'd that feel?
I mean, yeah, it felt great, being able to step up and take that spot, hitting that shot like that, it just felt really good, man.
As a freshman, I mean, that's a huge 3 for you. So, Cam, big ball game tomorrow now, a rematch with the Grand Rapids Christian, who beat you the last time you guys just played 5 days ago, which was a great ball game, a very good defense. You guys looked, I don't know, a little tired, maybe kind of the style of play Forest Hill Central's playing. I know you got some sickness going around. You just got to suck it up and play a big one tomorrow.
No excuses. We gonna pick it up. We gonna get what's ours. It's all good.
All right, Anthony, talk about, were you nervous out there? Nerves a little bit, or was it fun?
I mean, yeah, I was nervous at first until, as soon as I get one good play, it's just my intensity just goes through the roof. And then I seen that they trusted me to take that shot, so I had to step up.
All right, huge comeback win here. Congratulations, guys, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Keep it rolling.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. That was Cam Ryans and Anthony Willis, and now we got Coach Channa, who's probably with a sigh of relief right here. Coach, you got Forest Hill Central's best shot. They played awfully well, slowed the tempo down, but you guys just kept fighting, somehow won that thing.
Yeah, somehow won it. I think, we've talked about it before, winning in the league is so hard. It's just so hard to do at a consistent level. I haven't talked much or said anything about our guys being young, but they are young.
Yes, they are.
To find the way through just the chaos of that game and the pressure that hits you, and I'm really proud of them for that. I think, Cam's our leader, and you could feel it. He makes his mind up, we're going to win, and he does things that other kids just can't, and he's a sophomore. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, sophomore. Mm-hmm. So I know you don't want to look forward right now. Obviously, a big game tomorrow. But talk about what did you do? Because they were kind of controlling the tempo, just taking minutes off the clock with their style of play, and then backdoor you once in a while. You called quite a few defensive timeouts. What was your message to them defensively?
Kind of do what we do, but do it better with a higher level of energy and passion. And I think Cam started that fourth quarter out with a bucket, steal, and a bucket, if I remember right. And, when it's hard to play basketball under pressure, and you could feel the momentum changed and the way they played changed a little bit as well, So, hats off to them. That's a hell of a program. That's a hell of a team. They do amazing things. I'm really proud of Coach George. It's, it's fun because I've known his dad forever, and to see him over there coaching, it's been a good time. So, something to think about too with those guys is, Mike, cut out?
No, you're good.
All right, Mike. Okay. That team could win their district. They're
they
16-4, tonight, like walking into this gym. They're good.
They are a good team.
And they got all the pieces. So, it's winning's hard, man. It's hard to do at a high level and consistent. So.
Well, a big win, and I know you got some players not feeling well. You're not feeling well. We'll let you go, get some rest, because you got another big one tomorrow.
I got some NyQuil with my name on it. So. All right, Coach.
Congrats, Coach.
See you. Yep.
David Channa of the Northview Wildcats, who is just exhausted right now. He's got the bug, as some players do, and no excuses. They won't handle them as excuses, but they got a quick turnaround tomorrow, and getting ready for a very good Grand Rapids Christian team coming in here. Let's recap that for you. Forest Hills was up 15-7 after one. They were up 24-16 at half. They were up 38-27, a big 11-point lead after three. I think they got up as much as 13 points at one time. Northview comes storming back, holds Forest Hill Central to 5 points in that fourth quarter. Northview scores 18, so they outscore them 18-5 in that fourth quarter. Kind of reverse of what happened. Grand Rapids Christian outscored Northview 18-5, I believe, in that last Grand Rapids Christian game down the stretch. So kind of reversed it on Forest Hill Central here. Heartbreaking loss for Forest Hill Central. They had that ball game won. They played awfully well. And how that Sexton shot from 2 feet out did not go in, I have no idea. I thought for sure it was going to be overtime, but it bound around, and somehow came out at the buzzer. And that was it. Northview survives. And we got a big one. We'll have the game for you tomorrow against Grand Rapids Christian, as Christian won just 5 days ago against Northview, beat them by 11, but a big ball game here tomorrow. Individual scoring for Forest Hill Central. Brendan Cargile with 6 points. Owen Godley with 6 points. Matt Sexton with 2. Brady Miller, nice ball game running the show with 14. And Jonas Vanderwood, high point ball game for Forest Hill Central with 15. For the Northview Wildcats, victorious as they go to 14-3. Izzy Hatibu with 2. Brady Swartz with 1. Anthony Willis, a big 3 late. He had 3. Jack Van Proyen with 2. Cam Ryans with 16. High point man for the ball game. High point man for Northview. Senior E.J. Ryans, 21 big points, as he scored 15 of those in the second half and kind of took his team on his shoulders here in that fourth quarter to get that come-from-behind win, 45-43. With the win, Northview goes to 14-3. Forest Hill Central goes to 14-5. Rangers' next game is Friday at home versus Byron Center, another tough game for them. And the last game of the year, they are at Grand Rapids Christian. So they could have some say still in who's going to win the league title. 2 big games for them. I would like to thank A.D. Pat Marsman. I think he was a little too nervous to come over here. He needed to watch that ball game. I think he was a little nervous to come over here. He thought he might be over and do some color analyzing with me, but chose not to, and I don't blame him. But I'd like to thank him and Steve Nichols for their help accommodating this broadcast. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow, a big one. Number 1 in Division II, Grand Rapids Christian, the rematch. Trevor Chalmers will be my guest analyst for that game. Pre-game show airs approximately 6:40 p.m. Look for the link on the Northview Wildcats broadcast Facebook page and on my Twitter feed at Mike Diebold 5. So from Northview High School, it's Mike Diebold. Thank you for listening to Northview Basketball on the Northview Wildcats broadcast YouTube channel. Once again, the final score here tonight, Northview 45, Forest Hill Central 43. Everyone listening in tonight, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have a great evening. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow at Northview versus Grand Rapids Christian. So long, everybody, and as always, go Wildcats.